Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. Been having to deal with some pretty major issues. Personally speaking, my AC vents are leaking, and the ceiling of my 25-foot vaulted ceilings, it's got tons of water damage, and so I can't use my air conditioning unit till it's fixed. So it's like 100 degrees in here with like 5 screens and a supercomputer. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be a really tough stream. Probably the next couple streams, okay, unless I go somewhere else. But I have to be here for them to fix all this stuff, and it's going to require scaffolding, all this. Man, my sleep got disrupted because I was scared that there was going to be more water damage. There was. So I had to be up really early. Oh my god, it's just like crazy bad. So I'm just keeping you apprised of my situation. If you can't tell, I'm sweating. Okay, here's Bitcoin. It was a pretty nothing burger type of day. Kind of disappointing on futures. Figured we were going to break above the April 9th high, but we didn't. April 9th, that was the Trump crazy tweet. And so with lackluster performance on the equities market, the index funds, Bitcoin's followed suit in its lame price action. Still broken out. Still confirmed breakout yesterday on the close, but zero follow through. One pathetic attempt to get to 85,700 at the highest today, and now we're at 85.5 or 84.5, excuse me. And that's about it. I mean, ideolated price action. I'm popping my chat out real quick so I can engage with a few people that will type. So yeah, it's really unfortunate situation because like I have 26 windows in my living room, and it's hot in Miami, really hot. Greenhouse effect. Got all my doors open. I can't have this window open because noise pollution will destroy the stream. So I'm just hotboxing in here. Okay, that's Bitcoin. A great update. Still broken out, but when follow through. We broke out, we walked out, walked out on the weekend. That's it. Okay. You want to look at Ethereum? Really? Here's your Ethereum. Terrible. Just like, okay. Active engulfing candle from the 9th still in effect, but why can't we even, like, we were doing something where it was, you know, Ethereum was up like 5% at the high, 1691 or whatever, and the buyers can't even go and test 1728 as resistance yet. Like that, it's been like, you know, fell below that level in 2023. You tested it twice as resistance. It was pretty bad here. But look, you know, support in 2021. Support in May 2022. Resistance in 2020. Why can't we test it? Like, maybe it's this peak right here. The November 2022 high is being regarded as resistance. Dang, man, that's brutal. But hey, outperforming Bitcoin today. A little bit. Yeah, MicroStrategy bought more Bitcoin. Absolutely. That's not going to stop, probably. Just, you know, it's not going to be as crazy as what we saw the amount during the 100K period. 3 months of 100K. Don't we all miss 100K Bitcoin? We're not too far off, but all we need is a couple God candles and we'll be there. Faster than you can imagine. It's just, these are really uncertain times. I mean, we haven't seen uncertainty in the market like this for 5 years. But hey, the good news is the volatility index dumped almost 20%. At one time, it was over 20% down, so that's real good. We want the volatility index to stay down, and then I think we could probably have more favorable price action for risk-on assets. CMT, I'm this close to doing a shirtless stream. It's freaking hot, man. But I wish we could say the same about Ethereum. It is not hot. Just tested 1420S support a couple times and Trump news, and that's it. No structure down here. Not really. You go to the 4 hour, maybe see something, sure, but not on the daily. You'd think we would test 1728 next, but I thought, and we might have been going there, and we didn't. So make of that what you will. Just think it will be an easy 1728 price if this breakout on the, you know, what we're witnessing on Bitcoin, if it's real, but it's really tough to trust this market, you know. I mean, just if you look really, until we need the data, right? We're just waiting for that data piece that's going to be like, hey man, we're no longer making deep retraces from previous discernible swing highs. We're actually making higher highs. Oh, what? Because right now, from this previous high to low, you've made a 78% retrace, and that's it. A couple different times, even. I'm just like, can we stop with the reruns of the lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows for 3 months now? Yep. It's good. It looks good on 4 hour, right? Above the little, 200 moving average on this time scale and the supply line. It's now demand line. That's cool, but give me the move. Give me the impulse. Give me a stupid Trump tweet that's just going to make the market rip higher, and then we're good. Probably, maybe straight to 92K, but we're waiting, man. Yeah, unemotional. This is the most unemotional market ever, right? I mean, it's just. But hey, it takes time to develop structures, like significant structures on significant time scales. It takes sometimes 100 days, and we just don't have it right now. But at least we broke a supply line. That's better than nothing. Okay, that's your Ethereum. We can look at XRP up 0.67%. Nice. I mean, whatever. I mean, if you're above 190, 196. I'm a pretty happy man. Okay, now once we fall below that level again, wrap it up. But okay, so the buyers have the ball, right? The sellers, interception, right? They were on offense. It was a turnover on downs, and pretty much the first play of their drive, another turnover. Buyers gained control. Another turnover, right? The interception back above the key inflection point. Okay, well, so far, I mean, it's been like a decent drive for the offense, but not really doing anything great. That we just might be early. They have recaptured level, reconfirmed it as support, and we've caught a little fall through, but we really want to eventually make a higher high than the previous discernible swing high on the daily, which is like 259. We need that really bad. So just lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. You just don't want another lower high. That's just in Bitcoin. We do not want another lower high. Please. Give me a higher high. So we're just waiting for data that would represent that the trend might be reversing in the short term, midterm. That's it. We're waiting for that. There's not enough evidence yet of that. Maybe it's coming. Okay, so XRP and then Solana was doing something. It ran back up to that 135.81 level and tested it literally just as perfect and rejected just as violently as what we saw April freaking 2nd. I think there was some downslipping price contraction that developed. You had like 3 touches on the top and 3 on the bottom. It was really nice little wedge, like valid textbook wedge on the daily. And it broke out, right? Buyers broke the supply line, but there's just all this overhead resistance chop zones from history that you just can't ignore, and we're just spending more time not breaking it successfully, more time testing it as resistance. I mean, my God, man, what was this thing up? It's up 1.3%. Okay, it was up like 6.6% at the highs today. Forget about it, man. Like, not enough volume, not enough demand to break these levels. Just too much. They flipped it, right? It was, man, there's just too much demand here. Oh God, let's pump this thing. Now it's like there's just too much supply. I'll be a happy man if we could ever break 135.81 for real. And what's the most recent discernible event? The lowest low of a 3-month downtrend. Give me a higher low. Give me a higher high. Give me a back test of the breakout. Give me something, man. Give me some air conditioning. So that's Lynas, and we go to Binance Coins, flat. Bearish engulfing yesterday, still looks pretty real, and risk management standpoint, nothing to do. You're just flipping coins here, 638 or 510. Could be working on the lowest high of the downtrend that got established back in December. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Yeah, you put in a higher low, but that's just one piece. You have to have higher low, then higher high, then higher low again. And then we can talk about trend reversals. So they're still just not great. New data could change that, and I will be here to discuss it with you, and it will be glorious one day. I'm excited about it because it always returns, right? The trends always reverse one way or another. Plug in AC. Well, you know what I have next to me? See if I can. You see this? This is my Dyson. I have a Dyson right here, like it's blowing. Can y'all hear it at all? Let me know if you can hear it. Gosh dang it. This is why I hate adjusting this thing. Now I'm all like off. What the? You cannot hear it. That's fantastic. Let me see. Can y'all hear this? Because I had to turn it down. Can you hear it now? Robbie, it is. It's crazy. Barely. Slightly not an issue. Oh, that's a little bit, but like stream destroying. Okay, cool. This definitely makes me feel a little better. All right, so we got 38 minutes to the daily close. From looking at the top market cap cryptos, the only one that's kind of, well, I guess the only two that are kind of okay, but that I'm kind of happy about it, like XRP above 196 and Bitcoin above this supply line. You can see that white down sloping trend line above my head. That's the only thing that's really great on these big market cap coins. Sol maybe above 130. 125, you might be, then you got to break the other levels too. So 135.81 is the big one. Okay, so kind of unfortunate that we would look at Bitcoin dominance and we would see more green, right? More positive price action or percentage action. It's not price. 63.69% dominance of the whole crypto market. And this is amongst the highest levels we've seen in 4+ years. You got to go all the way back to February 2021, over 4 years. And there's just not much here. I mean, you'd think soon they're going to test 64.33% if this all stays the same. But we just know 70% is the big level up there. So Bitcoin continues to outperform the collective crypto market, and it is evident based on this chart. And it's been like this for a very long time. Bitcoin is the king. Altcoins are not good. Oh, I'm in a server room? Yeah, dude. Totally the server room of the spaceship, man. Okay, so look at Bitcoin futures real quick. Just for kicks. All right, that breakout occurred on the supply line. You know, and I like the follow-through candle we received, right? You had the pretty much bullish engulfing candle, then the follow-through candle, and now we have a new day on CME futures. Down some, but whatever, not a big deal. Yeah, let's see. Was it the supply line? Was there something like that? I think you plot it like that, you have broken out, you know. I'm just not that worried about it. You got to make a higher high. And if you don't make a higher high and you begin to sell off prematurely, you need to see buyers come in to defend the asset higher than the low we made before. So we need a higher low. Even, you know, it can happen, right? This sucks, 786, 886. We almost get to the previous highs and we roll over, and that's like, it's not good, but it doesn't mean you're completely dead yet, because they could put in a higher low than the lows we saw down here from April 6th and 9th. So still a lot of work to be done to be able to definitively say the trend has reversed. Okay, nice-ish. It was the highest daily candle close on CME futures since the 2nd. So 12-day highs. Okay. And then we can take a look at totals. Total market cap for cryptocurrency. Here it is.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Yeah, I mean, similar situation. I wouldn't put too much weight on total in the supply line. I mean, I really wouldn't put too much weight on Bitcoin in its supply line. I mean, you know, there are better ways to manage risk than breakouts of supply lines and dragons. Like, so you can take this with a grain of salt. It's fine, but kind of broken out, and it's cool. It's above 2.58 trillion, which is definitely a big deal. Like a zone of inflection from last year, and I think it stems back. Yeah, definitely a big deal above that 2021 all-time high. That's serious. That's a serious inflection point that we're trading above, which is good. So you don't really want to lose that. That might be your ejector seat. If we're really losing that, then it's like we're just going to get a retest of 2.3 trillion again. So hoping that doesn't happen. See, you're still not making higher highs to any degree right now. It's not, you're not threatening the previous high yet. We really, I'm telling you, we need to see, like this week, we got to see some positive price action, man. Like, it's, you want your hopes and dreams of your crypto universe acting as a, you know, a counterparty risk, whatever asset. This is it. It's time to make a higher high. Or if we don't, we make a higher low, we confirm a bottom down here, then we reverse the trend. I mean, yeah, there's just still so much work to be done, man. Woe as I am to say. All right. Oh, let's go take a look at what is it? MantraCoin. MantraCoin. Yeah, let's check back in. I remember it was down 82% on a rug pull yesterday. Is it doing any better? Did they recover it, man? Because remember, they tweeted, chat. Remember the guy? What was his name? Mullen. He tweeted that it was fundamentally strong yesterday after the 82% crash. And here we are today after that formidable tweet. MantraCoin losing support, actually, and down another 42%. So it doesn't look very fundamentally strong to me. It looks technically terrible too now. Hey man, you got above 73.88 cents. We might be onto something. Below that, no. Let's send this thing to zero. You know what's really sad? Kind of made me feel some type of way. You know, the 1 year performance of MantraCoin is still better than Ethereum. Yeah. That's what's crazy to me. It's down like 1% on the year. Okay, look, April of last year, it was the same price it's trading at now, or a little lower, whatever, 1%, 2%, 3%. Okay. And Ethereum's down 45% year over year. So it's perspective, isn't it? Everything in life's perspective, and it's just, I can't believe it. Oh man. Oh, should we look at the Ethereum and the Bitcoin chart for tradition? You know? Oh man, okay, they were doing it, man. We were gonna do it. No, no, no. Crypto hoarder, no, no, no. We can't do it. Evergreen candle, crypto hoarder says, maybe man, this might be it. The next day, never mind. I think we're in a never mind type of situation. People, oh my God, we might be on, and we're already back. We're only up 0.63%. Tomorrow, we're probably going to see a red candle. And despite what happens on Bitcoin. Bitcoin will break upward, probably outperform Ethereum. But just trading at the lowest prices you've seen in over 5 years, January 2020, before the COVID crash. Before the world changed forever, before that money printer turned on, and we added 40% of the total circulating money supply to the globe, right? Global financial system. Trading lower than that before that happened. That's unfathomable trash. I don't know. Like, what do you say? And you're technically below supports. Oh man, it's just bad. I wonder if, we've never done this before. Ethereum and the US dollar paired against gold. Gold? Oh wow. Lowest level since June 2022. Wow, so outperforming. Wow, it's outperforming. It's not as bad as Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. But I'll tell you, there's no support here. Like, if you're talking about technicals on Ethereum paired against gold, you're going to 738. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nothing here. It's just air. But what a crash. How bad things have been. All right. So anyway, that's your crypto world. Maybe we could do something that we don't really do often, just for fun. I don't know if people are going to call it fun, to be straight up with you. Here's total 3, man. Total 2. Looking back, wow, this was incredible. That was phenomenal. I don't even know the last time I've looked at total 2, to be real. But it was like 1.49 trillion, the level that was perfect resistance reversal area from the last cycle. They did it again. And they was luxurious, right? It was like they tested it once. I don't know. Second time, sweet mother of God. We all know. And look, since then, I mean, that's technicals, man. That's what you're looking for. And I'll show you right after this. I'll show you something that could be a good idea. It's not even about like what's a good idea. It's more about like, if you're gonna take a trade, you're always preparing for that trade to fail, and you always want that trade to fail with minimal losses, and those losses are strategic, with max downside if you're shorting or max upside if you're longing. This would have been a perfect short in retrospect, right? And then to test confirmation high. Was there divergence? Not really. Kind of iffy. But it was all about the high, the lower low, the lower highs. The distribution was so evident. So anyway, I'm just looking at this chart because I haven't looked in a while. And wow, we are nearing some magic areas, right? 886. Low to high. Remember, this is total market cap. So this is all of crypto in the world. Not all of it, right? Not 36 million, but a lot, and excludes Bitcoin. So we have officially achieved an 88% retrace at the lows, I guess. Right there from April 7th, we got that 886. And that is confluent with a swing high from 2021, 2024. All right, so you got a big M shape here. All right, I'm not going to argue. I'll paint it too. What happened when that bad action magnet move broke, right? High probability outcome of 786, 886. We got it. I gotta look back at this more often, I guess. That TA was super respected. 886, like the Jesus, man. Wow. Okay, well, not much of a reaction. I would consider this not a reaction at all. This is not really reacted. I mean, you got an 886 bounce, but a reaction has a definition. It's Scott Carney developed the type 1 reaction. And you're not even making a 23% retrace yet from the previous high to low. So it's not even a valid Fibonacci. I mean, this harmonic is technically not even valid. You gain a valid harmonic when an asset, or when the asset completes the M shape and then reacts. And the reactions typically in the golden zone, 382, 50%, 618, and then we get the type 2 later. You just don't have it yet. So it's cool that we have a potential M shape, but so far, not much price action. Yeah, okay. Oof. How's total 3? Probably looks better. You know, isn't that crazy? If I'm just thinking about this, I never really look at these. And if I look at total 3, which excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum, it might be in better shape because Ethereum has been really bad. Let's put that to the test. It's been a while. It is performing better, right? What August 2024? What anchor point was I using on total 2? August, oh my God, yeah, I was using the exact same anchor point. August, that swing low. Yes, indubitably outperforming, and it's all because Ethereum's that horrible. Okay, so how do you know it's outperforming? How do you know it's performing better? Use your same Fibonacci, like anchoring from the swing low to the highest high, and you can see here that they can't. I mean, if this was total 2, the price would be at $546 billion with a completed M shape. And you haven't even come close to a 78% retrace yet. So it's very interesting that Ethereum, being the second largest market cap asset in the world, has been performing so bad that Total 3 is performing substantially better than Total 2. That's all you need to know about Ethereum, man. Like, it might pump tomorrow. It might pull an XRP. Oh, a lawsuit got dropped. Vitalik started lifting weights. Boom. Okay, when that happens, we can discuss it. It's just not here yet and may never be here. So in this situation, like, you're not at, like, hey, M shapes, hey, maybe opportunity is looming. Not really here, right? Because you're not deep enough. Now, they have tested like a support resistance. Yeah, back from 2021. You know, 2024, yeah, multiple times. Support resistance, a zone between 650, 670. But the issue is, like, it was the lowest low, and you might be working on your lowest high. Like, you're just downtrending right now, and really the oscillators don't look good. It's not like you're showing very real bullish divergence. You're not. You're actually showing bearish convergence, despite what happens next. Like, you're making lower lows on the oscillators, on lower lows on price. Just complete convergence, bearish convergence. Below the 200, of course, but yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, third valley, we might bounce. You might, but guess what? The bounce will probably be lower than one of these highs and just roll over later. So not much to do here on Total 3, because it could be we could get better value based on technicals. We could wait on Total 3 to get to 540 billion, and then we got an M shape behind us to strengthen our argument for that value argument. The sale is not great enough on Total 3. It doesn't seem like, right? Okay. What's the difference between others and Total 2, Total 3? Is others literal? I don't get it. Is others Total 2? Someone let me know before we move on. Others excludes the top 10. Oh, man. Interesting. I never look at others. Let's take a gander. And this one's more in line with Ethereum. Yeah. Never come here. Well, I see a swing low candle close back from May of 2021. Can see the price action correlate in 2024. Yeah, multitude of times. And here we are again at it. No divergence. You don't have to have divergence for a pump or anything, but retrace wise, you're at an 88%. You have a completed M shape. It's really nice here. I don't know, like, how this plays out though, man, because you're talking like Ray Dalio talking about greater than a recession. I mean, a new monetary world order is forming. very tumultuous, very, very just uncertain. And so it's like you'd think people would become way more risk averse in that kind of economic climate. So it's like, how does this play out? It hasn't really reacted yet, but it is perfect, right? I mean, that's if it's real, which we don't know because not enough movement off the pattern completion zone. You would think, whoa, okay, do something like this, and hopefully we can get like this, and that would be actionable. Type 2 return, the harmonic framework. It would be a dream of all dreams. So I'm not going to argue though. You were certainly completing an M shape like as of the past week, within the past week, and it happens to line up with some sort of inflection point from history. And that's about it. That'd be your cutoff. You wouldn't want to see others below $182 billion, below this yellow line here. But that's really pretty. It is in the end, yeah. I'm not going to take it away from the crypto bros. That's great, man. There could be a lot of upside if it successfully rallies here, if we actually react. But we haven't yet, and we're going to wait for the reaction and see, okay. No, I've not looked at stocks yet. I'm going to do it like literally right now. Right now. So let's shift gears. We don't do that often. I have in the chat for M shapes completing, but not at all being confirmed, or they're not valid yet. They're potential M shapes. The others, they call the White Walkers that in the books, Song of Ice and Fire. Well, the one thing we could take from this maybe is like, from a short seller standpoint, worst idea, right? To go short on an asset that's maybe completing an M shape because you just had all this downside for so long. And so you're just rolling the dice. I mean, this could be ready to explode and short squeeze and react. So we don't have forms of confirmation, so it's not the greatest for longs yet, and it's starting to wind up to be like the extreme premium for a short seller right now. Remember, we were just here looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, saying verbatim, okay, up here on this chart, it's just not a good idea to go long on completed W shapes. It's not a good idea. Just like it wouldn't be a good idea to go short on completed M shapes. And others, this is a completed M shape. And it's much larger than this one on the Dow Jones. So not enough confirmation of a trend reversal and too beaten down and destroyed to go short. It's a really crappy situation for crypto because of that. Bitcoin's the only thing you got, and it's some sort of rinky-dink breakout of a supply line that goes back to the inauguration, but you still have a well-established downtrend until at least 88.5, 89K is recaptured by buyers, because you got to start doing something that gives evidence of a trend reversal. Sorry, man, we're just spinning our wheels. I am too. Like, right, the analysis I'm giving, I don't even know if it's valuable. Hopefully I'm just doing an okay job of articulating what's going on right now, because we are in some of the most uncertain times of our entire life, economically speaking. Certainly the world order, everything's changing monetarily speaking. Okay, once in a lifetime event. This is coming from like the smartest people in the world with billions of dollars are saying this. It's their life. They study it and breathe it. They're telling us what's happening. Okay, I believe them. During that time, man, it's going to be real tough because you're one tweet away from getting destroyed, or one away from completely making back 5%, 7% a day, and then the next day a tweet and then it dumps. So you understand maybe kind of where I'm going with this. Like, it's tough, very, very tough. Last year, pretty simple. Oh, look, M shape completes. Bottom of range, type 2 return, receding volume, bullish divergence. Oh, look on the weekly and the daily. Oh my God, it's beautiful. plays out over and over and over, a couple failures here and there, no issues. This time, dude, this is a chasing a tornado here, and you don't know you don't have a GPS on while you're chasing this tornado. Unfilled gaps up here, you know, on the Dow Jones. I mean, that could be a target candidate for a target for sure. 42.2 before they roll it over again later. This could continue. Remember, we had that weekly piercing line on 3 of the big index funds. Here's your Spider S&P 500 ETF, highest daily candle close since the 9th. But like, what are they doing, man? Like, they had it. They literally had 540 recaptured, and then they just couldn't do it. Like, what are you doing? You had it. And then at the end of the day, they're just like, nah, we're good with like literally not holding above that September 2024 swing low. We're not going to recapture it. They had it all day though. They went down to fill the gap too, and then rallied, and you were above it, and then it's just like sell off. And now after hours, you're down another 0.47%, which is not nothing on an index fund. So they were selling it after hours. Yeah, well, remember, the algorithms and the bots are full on in trader mode right now. They're not in investor mode. So you're going to be getting crazy volatility and moves like this for a while. It takes a while. Even in the volatility index dump, we'll look at that after the IWM. But here is the NASDAQ composite. I like it. It's above 16,443, and it's above the September 5th low. I like that too. And they filled the gap, which is nice. And unfilled gap right around 17,600. Again, you're not dealing with any structure right now.
Uncertain. Just pay attention so you don't eat Z-Bugs chat. Praying gesture emoji. Thanks, Mitch.
Oh, Andrew. Thank you so much. First contribution of the stream. Thank you, dude. Yeah, highest daily candle close is the 9th. Again, no structure. You got a weekly Japanese candlestick pattern that has to get confirmation this week with follow through. But it's really tough. The only thing you can do is go to less significant time scales, and we can look at that right now, and it's like this. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Disappointing price action today when we put in 1, 2, 3 valleys. You just rally to just kind of rival that April 9th high and do nothing. I'm hoping we're not confirming a top on the 4-hour across the U.S. futures market. I really hope this isn't real life. Right? It's like, oh no, are we putting in a lower high? Because remember, like, if you got 1, 2, 3, okay, the rule of 3. It's just a phenomenon. It's like gap fills. There's some, like, when you see 3 valleys, 3 peaks, 3 tests, typically after the 3rd test, the probability of resolution increases. And so we've seen 3 valleys, and we haven't resolved yet. Thought we might be starting to resolve. We might head up to 58.40, 58.79, but they're just not really letting it. Pretty ideolated, nothing burger, crappy price action today on the index funds. So after a 3rd valley, the resolution could be down. Okay, you could have a huge red candle down, a huge green candle up. All right, that's just I think your probability of resolutions coming due to that fact. Okay, but I'm not confident at all on if we're going to 58.40 next, or if we're going to come back down to 49.45. Ugh, yeah, man. Nice effing markets. That's right. Okay. I'm from the future. IWM that was the best performing of the index funds today, the small caps. They gapped it up. You opened at 187.59, nearing that 188 inflection point. Very, very real. Okay, I mean, look, don't take my word for this. Okay, I try to show you. If I have a line drawn, a horizontal line, I try to like go and show you, like, here's the evidence, not my opinion. It's just what they do here. Okay, support, right? Support, resistance. Okay, so They went and they pretty much tested that at the highs. They pulled back to fill the gap, and you rallied, only to do what? Kind of like paint a stupid hanging man reversal at resistance. So if they can't breach 188 soon, you end up with an easy 170, 173 target, right? If it's 188 and 170, you're at the top. Okay, until they break that, then your target's 170, 173. So you better pray in the coming days that where you see buyers recapture 188. It's also a 2009 support resistance on the week. It's crazy. It's like a lot. So maybe on the monthly. Let me show you here. It's just you are below it right now. You got 15 days to recapture it, so that's good. But I'll tell you, this takes you back, man. 2009, 2011, 2016. Look, 2019. Yeah, COVID was an anomaly. Volatility, crash, whatever. They recaptured it. They even reconfirmed it as support for rallying. Then you had some more here, one bearish breakdown, immediately recaptured, and then you ran up, and now you're actually trading below that original trend line. Again, that's, what is that? 15 years, whatever, around there. So, not great. And if Ray Dalio's correct in his assessment of the monetary world we live in is changing forever, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime event, I would think, I'm no economist, okay, I would just think that assets that quarterly don't make money and always lose money are gonna be ones that struggle the worst. So I guess we'll see, right? There are a lot of them. I mean, I think 40% of all the Russell 2000 stocks, 40% do not make money. They always lose. They're zombie companies. They're like, hey, maybe it'd be a good idea if we adopted Bitcoin and put it on our balance sheet because that's the only way we can make money now. Well, maybe they're gonna do it on the breakout of the supply line, dude. Okay, that's your index funds, okay? That's your futures. Here's your VIX, thank God, right? Ooh, down 17.76%. Is that a sign? America, Jesus. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since April 3rd. Nice. But this is going to be all over the place. I'm just really happy we're below 40. 40 is super danger mode. Okay, 30 is the bots turn on and start changing. So we're right at that threshold. So if we can get a couple more crashes on the VIX, we might be real good. But don't get your hopes up, man. This is a very uncertain market right now with no structure. Nope. Maybe a Japanese candlestick reversal on the weekly. That's about all we got right now. And maybe a couple 4-hour, structures that aren't even that great, okay? Hard to hold weight on these. I just think that, okay, the three valleys, we're going to have an impulse to 58.40. We're about to go to 49. Let's say 5K on the S&P futures. Short trading, Good Friday, right? Market will be closed, right? Ethan, VIX 60 by Wednesday. You'd have to have some serious tweets for that to happen again. All right, so we look at the futures, the index funds, the VIX, my cryptos, gold. We're just going across the markets, man. All right, this is what this stream is. You pretty much had a bearish harami painted. 1, 2, 3, right? Figure out that something like that. All right, bearish inside bar potentially. This is a potential Japanese candlestick reversal. But hey, I'm not trying to make calls on gold. Okay, this thing is a runaway freight train and part of that whole monetary world order change. Okay, people FOMOing the gold. So, but yeah, I'm just identifying the candle that we received today, and it was contained within the parameters of the previous candle after a nice run, and that could be a reversal. It just could be. But it doesn't matter if you don't get follow through. So you need to, if you want this Harambe inside bar to be confirmed, you want a lower candle close today on the new day than we got yesterday. So a red candle would confirm it with follow through price action. And remember, there is an unfilled gap on gold. I'm telling you, it is not filled. We got the microscope out yesterday at 31.76. That's going to fill. And that could be today, could be tomorrow, whatever. Going to fill. And then pivot and run, who cares? But yeah, gold will eventually, wherever it sells off to, it's going to make a higher low and most likely run again to new all-time highs. Price discovery, what an uptrend. I think since 2009, gold is outperforming the S&P by like double because of this run. All because of this run. That breakout of 2000 back in March 20 last year, really. God, okay. Silva. It was the highest daily candle close since the second. Up against this 32.50, 32.29 level. I like the recovery, but it's just a reaction. You want forms of confirmation. I mean, if you're wanting to manage your risk better, you want something like this. Something that would just imply, oh, I can see that they're here, right? 1 and 2. Okay. After that, like second low, a more substantial rally occurred. You know, you're just looking. You don't always get it though. Not always. But you want it. You want 1 and 2 for stronger rally occurred, even though for a dumb. I'm saying like 1 and 2, you just kind of want that stuff. Like even here, it was like 1 peak and then a second peak locally. You kind of want local lows for, again, risk management, for an edge, for a greater chance that a more resounding rally would occur. And you don't have that, right? You don't have forms of confirmation. U.S. oil was just, it's kind of been Paul Wallen for a few days. Yeah, off that crazy crescendo April 9th, we saw a low of 55.18. 55.18 was the lowest price seen since February 2021, so over 4-year lows. And yeah, they desperately, by the grace of God, have attempted and are kind of actually defending $60 as support confirmed. And this is not a joke of an area, as you can clearly see swing lows here before massive reversals. Reversal swing highs in 2019. Look at this. So real. You can taste it. 2015 swing high reversal area. Swing low. 2009. Look at this. Spring back test of spring on US oil in 2007 before an all-time high run. Such a real level. And they're trying so hard to recapture and reconfirm it as support. Good luck, dude. That's where we are. Bearish convergence completely. There's no edge. Nothing implies that the sellers are exhausted. So they could rally this and take this up to $71 and the downtrend will remain intact. Lower highs, lower lows consecutively. I mean, you probably got to break $78 to reverse the trend on US oil. Good Lord. And thanks for the 650 people tuned in. We don't even have 200 likes, and I've been live for an hour. Wow. Well, I mean, that's message received. Message received. Okay. Like, what do you want me to do, man? Like, I was doing the same thing I've been doing 7+ years. Wow, natural gas. Well, we figured it was cooked, right? I mean, bearish engulfing candle below 1834. Yep, lowest close since like early February. Probably heading to $15 from here. So yeah, like head and shoulders. Yeah, it looked ready, and now it was 6% today. Good God. Yeah, commodities. Mixed bag. Orange juice futures had top gainer of the commodities world. Wow, what a squeeze going on after crashing for so long. This is kind of like there wasn't an edge. There was just a bullish engulfing candle. I guess there was definitely bullish divergence, like crazy, obscene obscene amounts of bullish divergence on orange juice futures. But, you know, and this is kind of like where crypto kind of could be, you know, like these altcoins have just been murdered just incessantly for 3 months. And you're just one low, a second low, a third low, and they just keep trying to diverge. It's like V-chain. It's like, what, you know, you look at something like this, and it's not going to do much. It's going to keep squeezing, and eventually it will roll over and probably retest 227. And then, you know, that's when the bigger, you know, trade could be had. When you're like confirming a bottom, you back test the spring, you know, you get a better argument for way more upside. But yeah, I'm just saying, you look at something like this locally from 25th of February to April 8th, right? And then you just go to something like V-chain, and you're like, it kind of like, I get it. Like, you keep slightly lower lows, it'll be your holding supports. You broke out. It looks good. It's just, the edge isn't really that strong. Yeah, it's not like orange juice futures divergence was so much better to find than something like V-chain. There is no divergence, really. It's just chop. I do like it at the supports, though, but just, you're not going to do anything if Bitcoin doesn't blast off. And even when Bitcoin blasts off, you saw Bitcoin dominance. That's just Bitcoin. These altcoins are going to probably underperform Bitcoin, even on Bitcoin rallying. So there it is, chat. Daily candle has closed. We'll look at MicroStrategy after we just go back to Bitcoin on the daily to look at its close. There it is. That's not a great candle. You're still broken out, but the trend has not been reversed yet. You did not even make a higher high than what we saw on Saturday. Still over the 200. You're broken out, but waiting for a God candle. If it's a real breakout, I guess we're about to be finding out soon. Whether we run up to 88.5 or we're about to just fall back into the, you know, below the parameters of the trend line. When will the pain end? The moment you capitulate. So go ahead and do it, so we can finally pump. TA exhibit. Yeah, I get it. Trust the M2 global money supply. I know. I've seen all the charts, man. I've seen them like, oh my God, yeah, like Bitcoin up against the M2. It's like, oh, it must be getting ready. Here's your weekly. Remember, we had I really like the weekly. I mean, in terms of just a candle, a bullish engulfing candle was confirmed. Just yesterday evening, 24 hours ago, 24 hours and 1 minute ago, confirmed engulfing candle. It's a good start, but imagine, like, are we just not going to create a wick? We almost always create wicks. We don't have one. You know, throughout the week we sell off and then we rally, whatever. Yeah, so it was kind of like, let me see if I can do it here. I don't even know if I can do it. One sec. Let me... I haven't done this in a while. What are we hiding? The Control Alt H, hide. So it's like this, and then you would. Where's the ad? Where'd the ad button? Oh, okay, never mind.
If you have a water restoration company doing the work in your house, have them hook up a portable 20 kBtu AC unit.
Well, we don't have, I do not have a restoration company doing that, Casey. Thank you for the second contribution of the live stream.
Is that a joint?
Portable 20K BTU AC unit? I'm confused. I don't know really too much about what that means. How do we make this like work? I don't even know like how they're doing it on their charts. It's not really working here. Okay, that's... Anyone want to give me a ticker that I could make it work on Bitcoin? Maybe log scale or something? Oh. Okay, that's not working. That's not it. I don't know. M2, you can clearly see the M2, and it's already begun to rally. It's approaching all-time highs, but then you got Bitcoin that has not begun to rally yet. Not yet, but maybe it's beginning with an engulfing candle. Okay, so man, we've gone across the markets pretty well. I've been live now over an hour. Hopefully I've provided value to this point, to the 630 people here. Hopefully, if I have, like button, you know, like, hey, he provided value. I'm hitting the like button. We went across the markets, man. We're gonna go MicroStrategy real quick. MSTR. I mean, it was up 3.82%, real nice, and it does start. It's starting to look kind of interesting. It just is. I mean, it could fail, but yeah, I mean, you're real close to the supply line that takes you back to early December. I mean, that's really well-defined structure, right? A confirmation low, and now you're like, we could break the supply line, and then we break 333. Then this thing might be really heading to like 400 to 440. These are be targets, each peak here. Spectacular. This is why we would pray to God for Bitcoin to not roll over here, because you were really cooking on MicroStrategy. Bitcoin, maybe a dragon, a slightly lower low dragon. You broke the spine of the dragon. You're beginning the tail, but this is a lot better of a structure. I'd rather see something like this than what we got on Bitcoin, but it's just not enough yet. But we're real close, dude. Your cutoff is definitely going to be like 237. That's a lot lower, but can't even believe it looks this decent. Okay, decent structure. Coin not in the same ballpark at all. You know why? Because it's all tied up to all those scam coins and Ethereum. We've already looked at how toxic Ethereum is. Ethereum's so toxic that Total 3 is substantially outperforming Total 2 because of one coin. Look at this. No confirmation lows locally, right? You have local confirmation low MicroStrategy. It's slightly higher low. Holding the 200 moving average. And this is like the S coins, where it's like, hey, almost like orange juice. Like, it's a low, it's a lower low, it's another lower low. We should be diverging, right? Yeah, you got divergence. You like actually have bullish divergence on Coinbase. Like, so sellers are like kind of exhausted here. Here and on the MACD histogram. Like, you go from a low on price to the lower low on price and lesser levels. So it's like, okay, without any forms of confirmation, after such a long drawdown, we might catch a rally back to 205, 212 if this played out, which I don't really know if I have confidence. Below 150 is death. Below 150, no one should be owning Coinbase. No one.
Hey Mitch,
No
many
one.
years fan and follower. I invested in a Memecoin and it's going good. Can you do a quick TA from the current lows? Need some targets. In TradingView, it's the Memecoin.
Alex, of course, thank you so much for the first and only request of the live stream. Certainly the largest contribution of the stream by like 4 times. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at your Beanie Baby for sure. Thank you, dude. So you got divergence, and if we rallied, it would be off pure exhaustion, which is exactly the situation Bitcoin's in. Like, any rally we got on Bitcoin, it's going to be sheerly just because of sellers exhausted, right? And you break supply line, you rally, and then it's going to fade out, and we're going to pray to God that when it does fade out, we're going to make a higher low than the previous discernible swing low, and then we can discuss momentum shifting back into the hands of the buyers, and then we get another higher low. All of a sudden, oh, we have an accumulation argument. Wow, okay, great. All right, well, let's go to that request. Your request is my command. 308. Blackout? Okay, Uniswap. Let me make sure here. There's some. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so the request said current lows need some targets. Which way? I don't know. I mean, this is a typical rug pull scam coin, okay? Just is. Nothing structurally here that is incentivizing, right? No double bottoms, confirmation lows, no falling wedges, nothing really. You're just finally not collapsing, thank God. And it was April 9th. The Trump tweet day turned it all around, but look what they're doing. There's this swing high at 19.3 cents back from September 2024 and September 21st, 2024 and October 5th, 2024. Resistance thrice, right? They're off the lows of 7.8 tenths of 1 cent, right? They pretty much went to test that. Almost did, but they really did. It's like Bitcoin, right? 600 points off the 73.8 target level. And they've just run it up, and now you're just testing what was once resistance is being regarded as resistance again for the past 72 hours. So high risk, right? It's a high risk situation. Why? Because you're up against resistance and you're not breaking it. The closer you are to a support, the better. The closer you are to support, the easier it is to manage risk with strategic stop losses. And if it holds, you know your upside potential is vast. Nice upside, right? But at resistance, you have nebulous, unknown, almost no upside potential if that resistance being regarded as resistance is real, which it seems like it is right now. If they break that level, all bets are off. That's where you could have a quick target to 2.5 cents. But I wouldn't get your hopes up at all. What you would really want, the swing trader always wants confirmation of what we just witnessed. We want to make sure it's real. So you do want to see something like this, okay? This would give you, that's the greatest entry if you could ever get that. Right now, there's nothing to do because you're not looking to ever long assets testing resistance. In fact, it's more like this is where people go short strategically with stop losses set up above that inflection point. And they would short it all the way down here. But hey, it could break upward. It could. You don't have an edge though. You're just flipping coins, praying to God that it breaks 1.96 cents. What did I think you should hold? No, I wouldn't hold this asset after 3 days of failing to break 1.96 cents. I wouldn't hold it. This is where I'd be, oh my God, it's a great area to exit. A scam coin that has no intrinsic value, that does nothing, and will continue to never do anything. Okay, there's no working. This is Department of Government Efficiency paired against wrapped ether. It's cool that the name of the asset is Department of Government Efficiency. I'm looking at it, but it does not mean that you're investing in the actual Doge, you know. So that, but hey, great marketing ploy from a scammer looking to enrich themselves to make a lot of money, because they certainly did. As you can see, this thing went up to 52 cents, and we're talking about it at 1.8 cents right now, right? These coins, all these wrapped ether pairs, there's 36 million of them. There's more now. There's got to be. But they mint and create these cryptos in order to enrich themselves and their friends that helped them develop this thing. They market it vehemently, relentlessly, and when the price finally gets to the level where they like it, right, when they've made enough money, they will then rug pull everyone, and that is exactly what they did. This thing completely round tripped back to the October 14th swing low, completely round trip. That is, and guess what? 99% of cryptos all round tripped that Trump election pump, almost all of them. So that's the sermon on wrapped ether scam coins. Always a good time to exit when an asset's testing resistance. But hey, man, if you have a belief in this scam, don't let me hold you back, man. It's only lost all its value. Alex, he says he bought it because it represents the Doge. It seemed the only legit. But it's not. You know, they were just, hey, like, look, dude. So you see this? There are many different pairings. Dogecoin, wrapped Ether, Department of Government Efficiency. It's another ticker. Here's yours. Here's another one. It's just Dogecoin. This one's Doge itself. These are just
Sent you a message
scams.
in Discord. Maybe that will help.
Thanks, dude.
Is that a join?
What will that do? 5-ton air conditioner. Oh, is that what I need to buy? Well, I'm hoping. I mean, the air conditioner's not down. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I do need to get that. Dang, man, portable air conditioner would be solid. So just think about it. Like, some dude can be in his basement in Belarus. Yes, I know how to make coins. Oh, that's a hot topic right now. I'll make the Department of Government Efficiency coin on wrapped Ether, on Uniswap, V2 Ethereum. Like, it's, anyone can do it. There's no barrier of entry. You have people that are now like using artificial intelligence to just create scam coins with different names, and they're just, you know, their eyes are closed and they're throwing darts at the dartboard. Will I make money on this? No, but hey, maybe one will. Maybe one will go viral. Mantra, OM coin, same situation. Dude just created it to enrich himself, and you saw what he did. Mullen, he rug pulled everyone. So yeah, unfortunately, this has nothing to do. This has as much to do with Department of Government Efficiency as Bitcoin does. This has much to do with Department of Government Efficiency that Fartcoin has. They have the equivalence of relevance outside the name. The name is to get you to buy it. Because, hey man, I like what Elon's doing. Who doesn't? You're a psycho if you don't like what Elon's doing. You work for the government. You were part of that money laundering scheme for the left. If you have a problem with what Elon's doing, I get it, but this is not the way to invest because you like it. Okay. Anyway, OM wasn't a rug pull. Okay, dude, goes down 90% a day. Wasn't a rug pull. Okay, dude. Okay, you're not going to convince anyone. Like, you can say all you want. It was a hack. It was an exploit. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There are many threads on X about it being a rug pull. The guy's a scammer, and there's a lot of evidence. The wallets, the on-chain analytics and stuff that the guys were doing, it proves that there was very nefarious, malicious activity involved with OM coin, MantraCoin. Say what you will, man. Good Lord. Okay, well, let me just change the thumbnail real quick. One sec. Well, I don't know. Kind of put in the work. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Your futures are trying to flip positive. Okay, you're above 52.84, which is good. Given enough time above that, got a real good chance of 58.40. That would make Bitcoin rally. Okay, Bitcoin. Think about Bitcoin right now. All it is a mega cap tech stock. That's all Bitcoin is. It is completely every day coupled with big tech. Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Bitcoin. They're all the same right now. And they have passing correlations, decouplings all the time, but at this current moment, completely teed up. So if you like Bitcoin and it broke out and you want to see it go higher, you are praying for the U.S. equities market, because that's the only way this thing's going higher, unless some tweet or news-driven catalyst, whatever. All right. That's right, Chip Flipper, Harry Potter, Sonic, Obama, Unicorn. Its ticker was Bitcoin. Yeah, MK Ultra. It totally was, man. Abe respected the TA several times over. It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, back when we had liquidity in the markets, people were making that market, man. They were defending that support. They were springing back, testing it. They were completing M shapes, inverse head and shoulders at that support. It was beautiful, man. It really was. And when liquidity drains from the market, there's just, you gotta wait for liquidity to return, because I could imagine that buying one of these coins, like, you know, whatever, Theta or Storage, you could move it yourself. Probably you could move that market yourself. But people will probably, if you're buying, they'll probably just sell into you. And they have more coins than you. Yeah. Look at Ethereum Classic. Like, what could you do here? If it rallied, it'd be random. There's no divergence at all. But it hit support for that major support for the first time since June of 2023, almost 2-year lows, and with no structure locally. If it rallied, who cares? Wow, dude, that's like going to the casino and putting it on red or black, and wow, I won the coin flip. That's what you'd be doing if you bought ETC right now and it went up. The trend's really not your friend at all, but maybe you get a second tester. How do you trust this stuff, man, when you know what's happening with tariffs? You know, we're cutting the government a lot, self-imposed recession on deck. It's just not a good environment for speculative coins, assets that do nothing for anyone always. But yeah, just pray for the S&P 500 to rally, to go fill some gaps. Otherwise, I don't know how Bitcoin goes higher. And we are kind of overdosing on hopium. Okay, we have no evidence that the trend is bullish yet. We have no evidence that buyers have reassumed control of this asset yet, nor on the index funds. We're just praying to God that we're witnessing a real breakout, and then maybe that sellers are exhausted and we might rally higher off that and then put in a higher low later. That's all we can pray for. So DXY, well, it was plummeting, and then, you know, today it plummeted again. What did we see at the close a couple hours ago, hour and a half ago? It was the lowest daily candle close confirmed on the DXY pretty much since April 8th of 2022. So we're talking 3-year lows confirmed on the close just, again, like an hour and a half ago. Took out the lows from Friday. Not great. Great for other currency pairs. As you know, this is just a continuation.
Hey, thanks for doing what you do. Can I get an update on MLCO?
JJK, thank you, dude, for the 25. Absolutely, do it right after this. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. So this is just, people are scared, right? of what's happening with tariffs, and so people are fleeing to other currency pairs, like the yen especially, right? Look at that thing. I mean, what an M shape too. That's a crazy type 1 reaction, gone. But nearing an 88% retrace from its previous high to low, so you could be looking at a reaction soon, even if it's short-lived, right? CXA, BC, and then D. You're not there yet. A little bit more upside. A tale of two sharks. I've seen stuff like this before. But yeah, look what happened here. High to low, you saw an 886, and then they rallied it to kind of test it before rolling over again. So yeah, it's been a nice run, but you're starting to approach some, a completion of W-shaped zone. So the DXY might recover if we get a little bit higher here. Okay. Okay, MLCO. We're going green. We're going positive on futures, man. Let's do this thing. Leroy Jenkins, man. That's great, man. If futures can rally, Bitcoin will be just fine because you were trading a big cap tech coin. That's Bitcoin. Resorts entertainment. Oh, I could imagine this isn't going to do well. Yeah, all that divergence, man. It's starting to get real rough here. I mean, it's not dead yet, but dude, it is close to being in trouble, man. All that divergence for nothing. Just failed. No reliability. It's because, okay, so we've been paying attention to the entertainment leisure sector. So here's the thing about longing assets, individual assets you want to long, right? Bulkowski's got rules for it. So you want to bat 3 for 3. 3 for 3 being number one, how's the macro doing? How's the S&P? How's the Dow Jones? How are the index funds doing? Well, they've been crashing and they're recovering and they might rebound, but it is not. There's no evidence that we're done selling off completely, right? So very unknown situation on the macro. All right, then we go to the PEJ, which is like the entertainment leisure sector. Leisure Entertainment ETF, okay, PEJ. Look at it. I mean, it crashed. It straight up crashed, man. But hey, they bounced it off 42.23. Certainly a big level. But it's just reacting. It's not, I mean, there is a little divergence. Actually, holy crap, there is strong bullish divergence on the oscillators on the PEJ. So, okay. So you get a reaction, you rally, but it might just be a lower high than 51.25, and then we roll over later. So not a great situation. You don't have an edge here, and the trend could have very well reversed because you made a lower high, you now made a lower low. You could be working on another lower high. The divergence could underperform, and we just rally and do something like this and roll over. So you're on that other side of the fence, right? Of like, the trend was very well intact, higher highs, higher lows until the top. Then it reversed. So you're kind of not in the best situation on these markets. So the macro not doing too great. You might be overdue for a little bit of a rally. Okay, the VIX crashed. The PEJ could be reversing its trend to the downside, but there is divergence, so there could be a little more upside. And then you go to the individual asset in that subsector of the PEJ, which is entertainment leisure. That's certainly what this is in. And it is, what they did was rivaled the lowest levels we've ever seen. Just a few days ago, put in the lowest close since May of 2022, but 44 was recaptured today. So what you want to say is like, okay, how's the S&P? Oh, dude, it's ripping and roaring. Higher highs, higher lows consecutively. Hidden bullish divergence on a second low. Well, dang, man, looking real good. Good structure. It's starting to break out. All right, how's the PEJ doing? Same thing. It's also looking great, man. Higher highs, higher lows. There's no controversy at all. It looks great. and then you go to MLCO. Well, this harmonic would be a lot. I think it would be, you'd have a stronger argument for the long if the macro and the subsector, or just the sector itself of the individual asset you're wanting to trade, is looking better. So yeah, 44, you're not dead, but man, you're close. So it could be just a wait and see, monitor, but yeah, you're kind of safe above this level. Let's hope it's real, and let's hope that the macro improves and we get some more follow through price action off the PEJ, and this will rally a lot higher. Yeah, I don't know if that's makes sense or whatever, but you want to bat 3 for 3. You want an undeniable bullish macro, undeniable sector, subsector of the asset you want to trade, and then you want a good setup on the individual asset, which you kind of do have a good setup here. It's just a big M shape with a type 2 return potentially, right? You do have a decent setup. And it's all happening in basement levels, man. I mean, you're way down here. Good God. There's a swing low right there. 404. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, but it's all about 44. No, we didn't even look at Webull. I'm so sorry. What the heck was I doing, man? I'm sorry. Yeah, let's look at it real quick. Oh, 374%. There was a merger between the NASDAQ debut and... yeah, it was just a SPAC merger. So, crazy. Not much to talk about. Just obscene rally, never before seen prices. You were just trading pretty much at $12-13 for years. Today blew the roof off, and it's just cool to look at. What a candle, man. Thanks for the reminder, Shane. If only we had that inside information, man. We could get these pumps, dude. I mean, it was crazy on Friday. Friday's candle was nuts. It was up 10.23%, but who would have thought, Monday would just do this. All right, well, the future's going positive. Bitcoin's kind of going positive, and you got a chance, man. You do have a chance. It looks like you have a breakout confirmed, but not about the breakout itself. It's not even about the back test of the breakout that was successful on Sunday. It is about the follow through we received. We have received literally zero. So now we're all waiting patiently for resolution of the bullish breakout of the confirmed bullish dragon for now. Right? Anytime a supply line or a demand line or a horizontal line is broken of a structure, it confirms the pattern. You get even more confirmation on the back test, but then it's like you got to get a third form of validation and confirmation of that follow through price action, which you never get, like XRP, like they broke down. Then you had a bearish back test, but then Trump tweet, and it was like no follow through, immediately recaptured. Maybe you're okay. Right? It's like it's the worst thing in the world until new data presents itself.
Chris in Miami tipped $25. Can we take a look at STLA? Looks like we are putting in higher low. Thank you.
STLA, not Tesla. Chris and Miami, thanks so much for the 25, dude.
Bruh.
Thank you, really, dude. STLA. You talking about Stellantis? No, you're definitely talking about Tesla. Definitely talking about Tesla, man. Yeah, he didn't want STLA. Let's go to Tesla. I'm just going to assume. Chris, am I correct or? He's not responding. Say something in the chat. You are looking at Stellantis. Oh my God. Well, if you're looking at Stellantis, I am too. And what kind of structure do we, Chris? What kind of structures do we have locally? The answer is 0. We have no structure. What kind of trend are we in? We're bad trend, man. Real bad trend. All kinds of support resistance broken. Big support 2014, 16. Look at that, man. Look how real that level is. Look how real both these levels are. $6, $11. Those are the lines in the sand. Go a little higher too and be like, oh yeah. 11, 11.57, swing lows, swing highs, resistance, support. That's it. Those are your only levels. Until buyers recapture 11.57, literally hands off. And if you're not at $11 and you're not at $6, there's nothing to do on either side because you're looking to short resistance or long supports. You're not at either. You're in no man's land. You're at a point where there's almost 0 reversals ever on this chart. So I wouldn't touch this crap until buyers somehow recapture 11.57 and then reconfirm it as support. Like tomorrow they do this, the coming weeks. Then you might be onto something. Easy to manage risk, right? Stop loss just below that level and then lots of upside. But until that happens, there's nothing to do. There's just not much of anything to do. Okay. All right, man. Hour and a half. Bitcoin looks fine. If the futures can rally, Bitcoin's going to pump. And that dragon tail will continue to grow. The larger dragon tail grows, the more scary and havoc wreaking the dragon will be across all the land. And the tail gets long enough, large enough, it will be then in history books. Like the Microsoft and Caligon. What a great dragon. A great dragon. One of the best dragons, man. Good old dragon. Love the divergence on the second foot. They broke the spine. They even gave us that beautiful bullish back test for a good week before we continued to ascend to all-time highs. So this is what we're praying for. This is what we're looking at on Bitcoin. There it is. We're praying for 92K at this point off this dragon. Sellers are exhausted. It's now or never. Johnny Cakes. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, everyone. I'll just be back. Fab coming in, saving the stream.
Fab tip $25. What's up, Mitch? Can we take a look at $LSD stock? Thanks, K.
We'll look at it right now. LSD. Thank you, dude. LSD. Lynas Rare Earth Limited. Yeah, it had a pop today because they're, China's banning the rare earth materials, which is all the more reason to deglobalize, chat. Hello, if you're out there and you think, oh, well, the tariffs are going on. Bad news, man. It's like, no. You don't want to be dependent on a communist country. You just don't. Got to find a way. Beautiful. Oh, my God. Like, holy crap. Look, the swing low on LYSDY, the swing low from 2010, they broke it. Now they've spent an absorbent amount of time confirming its validity as support. They violated it, recaptured it, reconfirmed it, and then another even more solid test. Man, this is good. This is real good. I would not be surprised to see higher price. It's almost like 3 Rising Valley situation. Like accumulation, looks kind of evident here with an open mind and an open heart. Third Valley, 386, man. We don't know if it's going to play out, but we do know we wouldn't want to own the asset below 386 because it's a long way down and it's not even controversial. Crazy downside. But hey, they're confirming it as support. It's being confirmed that there are more market participants involved with this asset above the level. So the upside could be really good. So that's a great request. Request of the day. I think you might be shooting for 824. Swing low, swing high, swing high. I think that'd probably be the target up there. Okay, so actually magnificent. Structure, correlation to key level. One sec. All right. Good stuff, man. I mean, this thing goes 824. That's almost hype king material on for fab. Okay. Damien, congratulations on the comeback king, man. What just happened? Just in, Trump administration says the U.S. may buy Bitcoin using tariff revenue. There you go, man. Just more after hours tomfoolery. I'll pump it, dump it. Let's go. It's time to go. Take it to 93K off that. Like, we need, at some point, they keep trying, right? I'm telling you, like, the Trump administration, they've been continuing to try to pump out good headlines for crypto. And it's just not going anywhere. And it's like, why is the market not reacting to good news? We should be way higher than 84.8. We should be at 86 or higher right now. Why not? I don't know, Trump administration, who said it, you know? Who was it, man? Is it a bear flag on the spider? Nah, not a bear flag, but I think you just have a structure, like it just, you don't call it, you don't have to call it anything. It's just a consolidation structure and substantially lower highs than the previous discernible swing highs in the 4 hour. And I don't like how it has been reacting today. Like, I don't like it testing here and then selling off and then rallying and just anemic price action. Don't really like confirming a peak in these two highs. You do not want a confirmation high here. You are so effing screwed if we're just confirming a top here when you're not even coming close to rivaling the previous discernible highs. That is bear trend behavior, downtrend behavior. You don't want that. Okay, so we're just praying to God that, oh, we're just lolling around and we're about to have a great green candle and recapture the highs from the 9th. That's all we can hope for. Until then, it is a little sketch. You're a little bit hard to trust until we're breaking 5,500. Okay. Little weird. Not feeling too great till we're above 19,236 on the NASDAQ futures. Yeah, we're going to open up a whole new church. So much prayer has been had for crypto, for the equities market. What the heck? Okay. Bitcoin not looking too bad on the new day. I mean, Asia's awake. It didn't look too bad yesterday either. They just didn't do anything, right? Just dump pump. $2,000, $3,000 swings and going nowhere. But nevertheless, still broken out. Burn out. So thank y'all so much for coming out. Our 40-minute live stream. Hit that like button, that bell, that sub on the way out. And I'll just see y'all next time. Pray for my air conditioning to be fixed. It's rough. Till next time, respect the T. Hey.